You're going to ground. You're scared.
Okay.
Yeah, is there anything else I want to get? I mean, I could do the plesiosaur summon, but I mean, that's probably going to be more of a utility thing. I doubt we're going to need a water monster.
Never know.
Never know. You do have to ford a river, and the marshes are swampy.
In that case, why don't I just summon up a crocodile and have it kill everything else in the area?
True. True.
Death roll.
Death roll.
Dude, there's a beat built for lizard folk that involves taking it, that gives you death roll.
Send that to me.
No, I'm not giving you that.
Send it to me.
On your own. No, Lucia, stop rounding at me.
I see Darlin has a new picture now.
No, it's the same picture. Oh, my picture, like, defaultly, yes. That's just my game, my talking person.
Well, it definitely looked like a dwarven picture. I mean, you can't let go against that there. Like some sort of dwarven portrait. Let me see. Time to choose my 3rd level spells.
Ah, yes, the more wizard stuff, as Silt would say.
Yes.
I'm a druid. I have my whole list on catalog every time I prepare spells. That's like the one upside of divine classes over, arcane classes. Because by and large, you can say what you want, but the arcane spell list is overall more powerful.
Yeah.
Now, the divine list can do things the arcane spell list can't, but yeah, normally it has restrictions. Like alignment restrictions are pretty big.
Thank you. Oh, it's a feat. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. That
I will murder all of you.
Thought it was a spell. Okay.
Also, what 3rd level spells I want to prepare? Give me some nice druid 3rd level spells. Let's see. No, not those. Not those. Not those. No. No death roll for you.
Grapple somebody, you can fight them, you're rolling around on the ground with them.
I will murder everyone.
You're not gonna murder nobody. Except for the enemies. Murder. Who wants to talk about their level up first? Cool stuff you got.
I already told everybody mine.
I've already been talking about mine. We need to get the other people to just start bragging so we can take the spotlight off of us. Hey, what'd you get this level?
My level's still a work in progress to what he's going towards.
I want to hear what you got this level.
Well, I got trackless step,
Okay.
and then I get my 2nd aspect, which I am taking as a tiger, not to go tiger form on people, but so I can get the extra dex bonus as time goes on to not have to buy that belt.
Yeah.
And then at the same time, I'll be able to use that along with my reach weapon with combat reflexes to just have more attacks.
I would like to go ahead and add that, in case it wasn't obvious, Thorgus did get the ability to constantly speak with animals with dinosaurs last level. So, yeah. He's been actually talking to Chompy when people think he hasn't been.
Dude, you've deprived me of the time to talk as Chompy? What the fuck?
Well, in that case, now you know. You can catch up for lost time. Also, it allows me to communicate. It allows me to communicate with all my dinosaur summons so I can direct them better.
This is true. This is very true. Ah man, I've missed the ability to sit here and talk shit as Chompy the entire time. What the hell? We could have had a therapy session about Chompy and his trauma with like large creatures and why they smell
Before
funny.
he started killing the large wolves that were larger than him and started getting over it.
He got over it a little bit, but you know, the first time he sees a giant, it's probably gonna be a moment.
While you're thinking about that, I'm just gonna keep looking for another third level spell. I want to prepare for the day.
Anyway.
I mean, that'll probably end up converting anyway, but hey.
Yeah, no. I get you. But yeah.
What'd you get, Anna?
I got invisibility and Saren's armor lock.
What's Saren's armor lock do?
Locks up an enemy's armor.
Nice. I got quick reload. Sylph dug through the caravan and just stumbled across a fucking tuned bowstring, and then
Bullshit.
I mean, of all places, who would have thought?
I will start making your gear disappear.
You might need to do that.
Don't be a Floyd.
He has mirror image and unadulterated loathing. And unadulterated loathing, if I can cast that on any target creature and make that creature despise another target creature so much that within, I think, 10 or 20 feet, it gets nauseated. So I could have Darlin, like if he runs in there, I could cast it on a boss or something, and then him, and the boss will get nauseated if Darlin just kind of rolls on through.
To the other side.
I had the tanks in mind this time with that spell.
What's you again?
He's
What's
a
that?
farter.
Yeah.
He's a booter bard.
A booter bard.
Where is your glibness? Anyway, all bards take glibness. Why haven't you taken glibness?
My archetype's branching out, not a lot, but it's a weird archetype.
Yeah, you don't want that plus 20 to bluff just because?
This is more of a combat AP in most cases, anyhow.
I don't care.
Yeah.
It's glibness. It's plus 20, lie about anything, especially if you already have ranks in bluff to begin with.
I do have ranks in bluff, yeah.
Shouldn't lie and rum come out.
I'm sure there'll be spells that'll help that out later that are better.
I mean, the main thing for the Magus is that the super sword got more super. This is level 5 for a Magus. So I'm sure Andrew knows what that means.
Level what for a Magus?
Level 5.
I don't know. I normally trade out what I get at level 5.
Level 5 is when you start getting all the dope shit for enchantments for your blade.
Oh, that part of level 5. Oh, yeah. I thought you were talking about like the bonus feat thing that I normally trade out because, I normally play Kensai.
Well, I mean, she got intensified spell and combat reflexes as well.
I mean, yeah, those you kind of need anyway, but, whatever. So just grumble. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and prepare one of each of these. Why can I not select? My sheet's lagging. Oh, that's why. That makes sense, I guess.
Alright.
I now have Call Lightning. I will call down the very heavens for Buckrug to smite all of you. Or other things. Depending.
The most powerful magician in the world.
Yes, Buckrug is that. How did you know?
He's really just the Wizard of Oz.
That is blasphemy, and it will get you killed. Now,
I'm sorry, Buckrock amuses me. That's all. I like the picture.
pictures now.
Okie dokie. Well,
Ooh.
I suppose everybody's got their hit points. They've got their skills allocated. Got their
When do we start smashing face and getting them nice booties?
well, you see, all of you went to sleep last night after a nice bountiful feast at Castle Everstand.
All right, they poisoned us. I forgot.
And
they poisoned Jaw. I was fine.
well, sadly, it seems that shenanigans happened in the night, and some bad things had gone down. And yeah, it seems like there were trace amounts of poison within the food, and for two of our caravanners, well, PC party, I should say, things aren't so great in their neck of the woods.
Andrews, being a dwarf, saved him from the poison. Remember, I did you say it was 20 and up?
Yeah, I think my dwarven +2 bonus would save me.
Man, that
Well,
dwarven bonus is good for so many things.
It really
Oh, yeah.
is. So the only two that really suffered the negative effects are Sylph and Chompy.
No.
Yep. And
Oh,
so,
is Chompy complaining about how unwell he's feeling? I gotta get him something.
they take the following.
Don't you dare. Don't do it.
Right, give them all the negatives. All the negatives.
I mean, Sylph was already exhausted from the day prior. This is just gonna make it worse.
This is true.
As a note there, David, you can go ahead and remove the exhausted condition and tick down your constitution damage by 1.
Okay. So take off fatigued.
Yep.
Oh no. Yep.
Yeah, fatigue. Take off fatigued, yep. And then
then
tick down your con by 1. Or put it back to where it should have been. And
So
stay right there.
So in the mod. No, not in the mod.
Damage.
Constitution damage. Put it at 1.
I'll put it at 0.
Okay, it says 0.
No, it's at -1 right now.
Oh, sorry. I was looking at the wrong bracket. There we go.
And Chompy and Sylph take the following.
Oh, Jesus.
They take 1 dexterity damage and 3 con damage.
How dare you? Poor
So
Chompy.
minus
Chompy only has 10 con. He doesn't get a lot for this
3
stuff.
con.
So you'll want to put it at -3, yep.
Yep.
As you don't feel all that super in the morning.
What's Constitution even? What's that for?
Hit points.
Okay.
Fortitude saves.
Which makes the poison even worse.
I already danced with death at full HP. I'm fine.
Oh, yeah.
Who joins us now?
Just hi.
It is Pierce.
You're late. You better have brought cure poison. Or
I arrived exactly when I informed all of you I would.
Oh, yes.
Early, even.
Oh, yes. You are here just in time to hear the effects of the poison that had settled within your party. It seems that Chompy and Sylph have taken 1 point of dexterity damage and 3 points of constitution damage.
Sucks for Sylph.
As people are waking up, it seems that the castle is in a full frenzy as people are kind of rushing around and a little frantic as to how the morning's events have gone down. Chompy would complain to Dulgus, "Oh, my stomach feels terrible. Terrible."
Dulgus is going to get him some nice ale to soothe that stomach, and he's probably going to go hunt down some sort of broth, or get something to be made into a broth.
So you go and get some fixings for broth and ale, and the moment you bring it near Chompy, Chompy just starts vomiting next to him. So, no, take it away. Take it away.
All right,
Gross.
Chompy. Yeah, hang in there,
Nasty.
buddy.
Are we all
Hang
in the
in
same
there,
room
buddy.
sleeping?
No. Each of
Okay.
you are in like your own tents or accommodations for the evening, whether it be the wagons or the like.
Don't worry, Sylph will wake up when he starts vomiting all over himself.
Sylph wakes up feeling bad. Like he doesn't feel as sore from yesterday's bruisings, but like he definitely doesn't feel well by any standard.
Yeah, that's not good. He just kind of sits up in bed and stretches his arms, and he like a little pop in his back. And he's like, ooh.
Yeah,
that doesn't feel good.
Everyone feels a little off. Not terrible, but those of you who have definitely felt the affliction with the ability damage feel it most keenly.
Keenly.
Yes, most keenly. As you guys kind of get up and about, it seems that some of your caravan mates are kind of huddled around the morning coffee wagon and are kind of like looking at you guys with like mutually confused expressions.
It just walks out all chipper, like, whew, drank so much ale last night. Coffee.
Coin.
Sylph goes up to one of the cups and starts inspecting it because he believes that the coffee is what made him feel ill.
The moment you pick up a cup of coffee, like, your stomach just flips. And, like, you go to the side of the cart and just let out everything from yesterday.
It was the coffee, guys! Don't drink the coffee!
Disgusting.
In fact, like, just being near Kogan's cart is just making you nauseous.
Clearly he did it. He poisoned you.
I start drinking coffee. Don't listen to Syl. He just can't hold his liquor.
And at that point, Dolus will stumble into the room. Oh, guys, Chompy's not feeling well.
I would like for everyone. I would like for everyone to go ahead and roll me a perception check, as you guys are kind of like collecting and sussing out what's going on.
A sec here. Make me go back to my desk. Lucia, stop.
If it's just reading. Don't get vomit on my books.
Ah. Yay!
Just waiting on Dolgus.
Copy.
Then
Copy.
What'd you need me to roll?
perception, please.
Well, for my, I thought you were talking to them. Sorry.
Nope, everybody involved.
No,
All right. So everybody above a 15, you can kind of like, as you're collecting around the coffee wagon, and Dolgus kind of comes up and says, guys, Chompy's, sick and everything. You guys can all kind of collectively look around, and like there are some passing by guards and other like day-to-day people of the fort, and a number of them like kind of share the like almost squeamish or like unwell like look that some of you kind of have. It's not every person, but it seems like this may have been more than just your crew.
Oh no! What will we do?
it seems that somebody has tainted our food.
We should check to see if there's an orc attack coming.
That's
Wanted
true.
a cup of coffee.
It seems like orc attacks seem to follow us. I agree with Ava.
Ava licks her finger and then turns the page in her book, not getting up.
As you guys are like, conversing about this, Kogan kind of goes, You guys seen Tasha? I don't think I saw her show up for first shift.
Was she the one with the cauldron?
She's the
No.
prude.
She's
She's
the
the-
ranger.
Yeah.
She's the prude.
Tasha's cauldron of effort.
Why? Because she. Why? Because she didn't want to mate with you?
She
Now that
didn't
you
want
have
to play
much on offer.
tic-tac-toe with me, and that pissed me off.
Oh, no wonder. You're a kid. No wonder she wouldn't want to mate with you. It's so hard judging pink skin age. So much easier with scales. Scales are nice. Like a proper lizard man like me.
Would somebody
And he'll
mind going and
flex.
checking
He'll
on
do
her?
some flexing muscles that are totally not scaled.
Hey mate, aren't you like a dwarf?
What? How was with that idea? Oh, you're all
Yeah.
blind too. No problem. No worries. No worries. It's probably just some sort of divine blight brought upon us by. Which one of Balkrug's enemies would have done it today? It could have been his cousin.
Okay.
Who likes to get jealous about things like that.
Anyone
I
want
just
to travel with me to check on Tasha?
I wanna point something out to you, man. So take a look at yourself, and then take a look at your fellow with the hammer, darling.
Now what about
It's
it?
just a
Would
big
you
coffee
say-
with two
would-
hands.
Would you say that you two share similarities?
Not all. I mean, look at that ridiculous beard.
Well groomed and braided.
And now, let me point something out. So you two are about the same height, but similar build. He's probably more muscular and everything. Similar beard length, while his might be more manicured.
What are you talking
Yours-
about?
Yours is a bit more.
What
Everywhere.
beard?
The fur thing that hangs from your chin.
What? No, this isn't fur. This is frills. Have you ever seen frills, boy?
I am actually like well studied on what frills and hair and things look like. I actually got a degree for shit like this. I'm an alchemist. I have to.
Dolgus will lean in close to whisper. I don't want to be the one to tell you this, lad, but you might want to consider getting a refund from your university.
Do you even understand what a university is?
It's a place where you go to learn things that aren't needed.
It kind of like looks at you, like with this like expression of like, you know, you're not wrong, but you're also not right.
As Darlin is just oblivious and sipping his coffee like it's warm cocoa.
All right, man. We're gonna agree to disagree right now, but I'm gonna get some books. I'm gonna get a mirror, and we're gonna solve this at some point.
Yeah, you go do that. And Dolgus will turn to the nearest person that's also like a part of that crew, like, and whisper, "Hey, I don't want to be the guy that points fingers, so you might want to keep an eye on that one. I think he's a little loose in the head."
Like, so you turn and you like say this to Dregar, who's like not too far off. He's just up fixing some stuff, and he like looks over at Kogan, looks to you, gives you a wink and a thumbs up, and returns to like shifting around stock.
Well, Dolgus is inwardly pleased to know that not everyone here is crazy.
Says the crazy one. I'm all here for it.
Can Adonai go see if there's any wolf pelts still, or did Dregar sell them already?
Roll me a D100.
Once I
We have just been poisoned, and she's thinking about shopping.
no, I'm not shopping. I'm making.
It would appear that they have all been sold.
Fuck, I guess I'll get a new one.
Also, while I have most of the people here, I might have to put off doing vampire stuff till next week,
No
or
problem.
the end of this week,
It's okay.
because I lost track of time over the weekend, so it's on me.
No, we've been busy too, and stuff's been happening life-wise, so
Oh yeah, I've had a lot of health issues occur, but back on track.
yeah.
I'm back.
So we go and find our poor missing Chica.
Yeah, where's Roddy? Roddy?
Hey,
Where's
what
Roddy?
up?
Oh, come here. There's have you seen Tasha?
No, I haven't. I've just been walking about, taking a scout of things.
You don't do you feel like a little actually hang on, where's your shirt? Give me your shirt.
Backing up.
Have you
Backing up. Backing up.
have you
Nope.
seen
Prestidigitation.
Tasha at all?
Not since last night.
All right,
We were
well,
all
I'm
at the
looking for her.
feast.
Well, she's missing.
Did you check your cart?
We should probably do that.
Might want to knock or send a lady first.
Sure.
Yeah, he just kind of like steps away from himself and just keeps a healthy distance between the two.
Hey, a bucket or something.
As we walk over there, I'm gonna look at Silts and say, "If you puke on me, I'm gonna break your kneecaps."
No, I'm fine. I can hold it in next time I talk to Roddy.
I will tap you with the knees.
Sil just takes a big gulp of bile before it comes up.
Yeah, as like you drift away from Kogan's cart, the nausea kind of subsides after a couple minutes.
Good. So it is the coffee.
Ava doesn't stop casting
If I walked in
prestidigitation.
with
So
a cup
keep
of coffee.
casting that. Make sure he smells like bacon or something.
Oh no, he's gonna smell like fresh lilac.
I've got coffee in one hand and the mace slung over my shoulder, being held with the other.
Just walks past me and Sil just has to two-finger his lips as his cheeks bulge out.
You guys like walk past a couple of the caravan wagons, and Jess kind of has a cauldron of breakfast stew kind of out, and it's like, is anyone hungry? I got breakfast going.
Oh, sure, I'm plenty hungry, but Chumpy's not doing so hot. Tried to bring him some broth earlier, and some nice warm meat or ale or whatever that was they had, and he just vomited up everything immediately. He didn't even get this. He just sniffed it.
I know this one. So a nice healthy cure for nausea is mint sticks. They're not food. They're just something you kind of chew on. And she like digs through a crate real quick and kind of like hands one to you, Dolgus.
Ah, you're the best. If you had scales, I'd marry you. And the Dogus will take some of them and go off to back towards Chompy.
She just kind of blushes and that was not what I was expecting. But
There's a potion for that.
But yeah, no, the smell of the stew is definitely like kicking up that nausea feeling for you there, Sylph.
Can I get one of those sticks too, please?
Yeah, I think I've got another one here. And she digs around again. Like after a minute, she returns with another one.
So
Here
she
you go.
snatches it out of her hand before she even finishes.
So I try to steal it from her first. To put it in my coffee.
All right, we got to roll for sleight of hand.
Who
gets to it first?
I would say this is a dexterity check between the two of you.
Okay.
Uh-oh. Alright, rolling dex. What happens?
What do I do? Is that defenses?
That's cool.
Dex. Court. Oh, God, I rolled a 5. You're probably going to get it.
He does have a penalty, but you know.
I do.
But
Yeah, my dex.
he is also naturally dexterous.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah.
Silk definitely gets it. He's just like, oh.
He shoves it in his mouth.
So, and as you grab it from her, she kind of looks at the party. It's like, where are we, and what exactly are we doing here again?
Oh, I say that to myself every day, dear. As he's chewing on the stick.
No, never mind.
We stopped here to rest, and now we're looking for your missing cohort,
Tasha.
Yes, Taj.
Oh,
People
Part-
in their names.
next cart down. I think. She kind of looks at the cart. Looks back to you guys. Looks back to the cart. Looks back to you guys.
Shrugs.
Yeah.
I'm gonna walk over to that cart and I'm gonna knock like the police are raining to play.
No response.
Ooh.
I try to open the door.
You know you don't do that when the police are knocking at your door. That just makes it
Oh, you
worse.
should never open the doors. The mafia plant bombs in cars.
Sounds like a personal problem, but I open the door.
Oh God! Here
You
goes the glass cube.
open the door to the cart, and inside you see effectively the barrels have kind of been pushed to the side, so somebody could sleep in here. So there's a small cot, and on the cot you see Tasha laying there.
Does she look to be breathing?
Poke her with the stick.
You might
Roll.
yeah,
Go on in and toss me a heal check.
She looks dead.
As you kind of enter the cart and step in, the wagon kind of shakes a little bit, and her arm kind of flops off to the side of the cot. And as you look in, you can see kind of this blackish texture to her veins. And she does not seem to be breathing.
Ooh.
How dare you all?
Can
What
she
you
be
done?
We'll slowly back away.
Can she be resuscitated?
I
No.
wouldn't touch her.
Oh, okay.
If I would.
I mean, you can
also-
try. You can be
Slowly
trying to be a
back
hero.
away. I shut the cart door.
Still just gets the hint and follows suit.
I will go over to our caravan leader, who is, oh God, what's his name again?
Her name is Volana,
Bolana, yes.
and that is
What was the name of the one that Dolgus got the sticks from?
Jess.
Jess. Okay.
This
I
one.
will walk over to Bolana and go, I have some bad news about your friend.
And what might that be?
Oh, she dead from something nasty.
Well, then it seems like we've got more than one death on the hands of this fort.
Others died.
She's got black veins, and the only time I've ever seen black veins has been a disease or poison. So
It's
I
a shame
didn't
that everyone else is vomiting.
Understood.
As I wave my almost empty coffee right under Syl's nose as I walk away.
Ah, cruel.
I approve this message.
Well, I'm shorter than Syl, so just coffee whips by your nose.
So it just starts like sucking on that stick as hard as possible to keep himself from vomiting.
Well, let us go ahead and take a look, I suppose. So Balana will follow you and your party back to wherever you lead her.
I'll lead her back to the dead lady in her cart.
She would kind of look and go, well, yes, that's absolutely a dead body. Anyone proficient in the skills of poisons or alchemics?
Keegan?
Eva will look up from her book. Oh,
We.
I suppose I should take a closer look, shouldn't I?
Didn't we have someone that was good? Was that you or was that Beatrice? Was she good in the arcanes?
Alchemy.
Alchemy. Yeah.
Wow, that was a bad roll, but 16.
I would say not me.
Certainly poisoned, unable to identify it.
Not a disease. It's a poison. It's unfortunate.
Valana would kind of look over to a guard and wave him over. It would appear that one of ours has also fallen to whatever terrible things have been going on in the fort. Please make note of it.
Maleficence.
Maleficence is a good word for this. Thank you.
Eva just turns the page in her book.
I walk to go get more coffee.
The fact that Ava can break the fourth wall and talk to the narrator is just awesome.
No, that's Milana was saying that to a guard.
Oh, I thought Cena was saying that. That would have been awesome.
I go get more coffee, and I'm gonna see if he has tea that I can give to Ava.
Yeah, I got some tea. What seems to be the business? You dragged the boss over?
Probably should let her tell you.
All right. Because he kind of like continues to he gets some tea from one of the nearby beakers and gets you a cup and continues with his alchemical works.
I will walk back with the tea and coffee in one hand and still holding the hammer in the other.
What's the guy's name? Kogan?
Kogan, yeah.
Kogan, does he have like honey or elderberry in his wagon?
Probably.
Can Sylph take the remaining stick and make a little brew out of that to drink it?
The moment you start trying to make a brew, you just immediately get nauseous.
Damn it.
How does Chompy like the sticks when Dolgus gets back to him?
Dolgus would get back to him fairly quickly, and Chompy just kind of sniffs the stick and just kind of mildly chews on it kind of thing. But still just kind of seems generally just blech.
But he doesn't immediately throw up when it's brought to him, so that's a
No.
good sign.
Yeah, no, it's definitely improving. It's like, sticks smell funny. Tastes fine, though. Just kind of gnaws on it. He's a big boy, so, the stick, only does so much.
It's fine, that's why we brought multiple.
Fair.
I will give Ava the tea while I sip coffee.
Does Sylph want to
just
toss an
nods her head.
alchemy out there?
Where would I find that? I was
At
looking
skills.
Skills under craft.
for skills. Oh, craft. Okay. And boop. Nothing.
Nope. You think it's a disease.
I do. Yes, he does.
How dare you be so useless?
Don't realize that he's the disease.
He will,
Think
but it'll
she's
just-
infected.
Well, this is unfortunate. Oh, we were supposed to stay here for the evening in order to find some safe harbor, but it appears that tragedy has struck. I guess the cards were not wrong when they told me tragedy would be accompanying this journey. It would appear that the watch warden has fallen to similar tragedy this evening, and now the castle itself is in a bit of a stir.
I would expect an attack.
I
Not
say
a
we
bad
turn
thought.
hightail and run.
You
Well,
turn
it's-
hightail and run the moment someone looks for child support.
It would appear that we're not exactly allowed to leave until things are sussed out.
How unfortunate.
One
As
of
the
these again.
Yes, indeed. So, if we can expedite this to a certain fashion, you all seem to have experience with cracking
Okay,
mysteries.
Scooby-Doo time.
Miss Fortune Teller lady, why is it whenever when you're here things happen like this?
I could ask you the very same question there, dear Bard. Why is it that bodies seem to turn up whenever you walk into town?
Damn.
Because he's horny.
Just
The
have
wrong
body
kind
count.
of-
They come on to me.
That's the wrong kind of bodies hitting the floor there, darling.
He does have a body count.
Depends on the kind of night.
Well
That's
then,
true.
I leave it to you in order to find some things out, but it looks like we have company. As a guard retinue would kind of approach the caravan and stand before Jess.
It was the bard.
Ma'am, you are under suspicion for poisoning the food supply of last night's feast and spreading your poisons amongst the castle. We're going to need you to come with us for questioning.
Jess,
what?
they're talking to?
Yes. We were told that there was a woman with fiery red hair sighted towards the kitchens who was not amongst the kitchen staff, and therefore we need to bring her in for questioning.
Oh my, we are in trouble, aren't we?
She kind of has the, shocked and confused look as, they clap her in irons and start to walk her away. And she kind of looks at the party and is like, but I didn't do anything. I don't even know where I am.
And about this time, Douglas comes back from feeding Chompy the sticks. Hey, thanks, Jess. Found those sticks working. What's going on?
Gus is being arrested for poisoning people.
That's ridiculous. Clearly the castle owner did this. It was his table we were poisoned at.
No help.
What's the sense motive directed at?
Ava was sense motiving her reaction to this. If she seemed genuinely confused.
As far as you can tell, this is about on par for Jess. Dolgus would get the sense of, genuine worry and fear as, while he hasn't known Jess very long, she doesn't seem to necessarily, get on the wrong side of law all that often.
I mean, she doesn't have scales, but hey, nobody's perfect.
Sylph just kind of shrugs.
As Jess is getting carted away by the effective police of the area.
Dolgus will follow along. He doesn't try and sneak because he's terrible at sneaking. He just kind of just follows along. Keeps his distance, but follows along.
Ava will go with.
Sylph
and
just shouts her at her to hang in there.
Ava's going to go with, but she's also going to close her book and actually pay attention.
I see. Well, Anna kind of, looks to Gochin and Darlin's well, this is quite the mess. Seems like we'll either need a new cook if this doesn't go the way we want it to. Would you make sure that they don't get into too much trouble?
taking the cup with me, and I'll walk off.
Milana just nods. Kogan just shrugs. What does
As I
Gochin
get
make
a
of all of
refill of
this?
coffee for my third cup before I walk away.
Yep, Kogan's just kind of got like a little running tab for Darlin, which is going to get built at some point.
Oh God.
Yep, it's going to be filled by somebody else's money, and that is Syl.
Yeah,
Bill does over with money.
Gochin just has a bowl of popcorn. He's just watching it all go down.
I mean, you've known Jess for years. Like, I don't think you've ever seen her get, like, arrested.
Oh, wait.
This is your childhood
Gochin.
friend, aka the girl next door you probably had a crush on at some point, and you're not doing anything?
Gochin just canonically goes, "Oh, wait."
One.
Yeah, Gochin's just eating popcorn and just goes, "Oh,
That's
wait a
fantastic.
minute."
That's your
I
childhood
do
crush
know
love
this
interest. Sheesh.
We just
Wait,
grew
so-
together.
So what
Like-
was his relationship with, like, was she like the next door girl?
Straight up, Jess is, like, one of the, like... So you've got Roddy and Jess, who are your, like, Truenautans. Like, they've, you know, born and raised in Trunau, right?
Mm-hmm.
Jess is maybe only, like, 3 years older than you, 4 years older. And so, like, she basically got her own shop started while you went into blacksmithing. Like, she's about as local as you could get, and most everybody knows everybody's name in Trunau. So, while, you know, whether or not she's a, you know, childhood friend, you at least know Jess's character fairly well. She's always been ditzy, but, like, she's never been a harm to someone else. Other than maybe
Okay.
herself. And yeah, she has been accessory to other people because she's kind of too good-natured for
doormat.
her own good. Yeah, basically.
Mhm.
I mean, clearly she sold shovels to, you know, the half-orcs that, like, were digging for, you know, all the stuff you guys currently have. By extension, she could be seen as an accessory to the raid, but, like, it's not like she knew what was going down at that time.
They're just customers to her.
Right. She treats
Weird.
everybody as if they were her friend, for the most part.
Oh, Sylph has so much in common with her.
He said friend, not
Still-
fuck buddy.
Sylph should take note of the consequences of that.
Yeah,
She's in chains.
so Gochin's gonna be like, wait, hold on. Well, what's going on here?
The rest in
people.
hell.
She's not capable of killing people.
That's not what they said.
Wait, explain all this to us again.
You got questions, you'll be able to bring them to the watch captain later.
Well, maybe we should go along and see what's going on here. Somebody might be framing her for something.
I guess
Yeah,
so.
look at how weak she is. She couldn't do that.
She can get out of this. I mean, I've gotten out of worse. There was a time in New Thassalon where I tried to court Queen Sorsen. It didn't work out too well, but I'm here now.
Uh-oh.
New Thassalon? Has that been invented yet?
Yeah, there's ancient and modern.
That doesn't happen until second edition.
So she's at
Pathfinder,
risk
right?
of brain damage.
Wait, so Sylph could never have been, he could never have been to your what is it? Eurythnia?
Mithril.
Yeah, the realm of lust. What? Sylph could not partake in this? Oh,
Would this also mean that he would not have existed then? Because then his parents wouldn't have been involved in this either?
I mean, he was brewed to be there.
He's a man before his time.
I
Yes,
look at Sylph in the regard of, like, he's read a lot of different things or been told different stories from bards, and, like, has just spontaneously talked tales And like half of the lies that Silk says now are just destined to become truths in later, because that's just what sci-fi ends up being.
Hey, and I'm a muse touch. Like I'm gonna live for a while.
So,
How unfortunate.
while his grand tales may not pan out now, they may hold weight for the future.
Quizorson, here I come. Oh man, that would make Silk gross right now because she's not even born yet.
You guys are goofballs. In any case.
Y'all are
Man,
all
I
gonna
pulled that
die.
one out of my hat. I was reading up like a few weeks back just on the Pathfinder region lores and stuff.
Yeah, you gotta be
Well, there are
careful which
spoilers
edition
there.
you're reading for.
I
Yeah.
see
Don't worry.
that.
We all know the god that you worship. It's okay. The
Just
god
be-
of
just-
wars.
Just be aware that she doesn't slum it with mortals. All right, that there's a reason
Yeah.
why Ken Killian had to go get drunk and then say "fuck it" and go do the test of the Starstone while pissed out drunk to become a god.
So that's why that's a thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Then end up in
Yeah.
a divine threesome that apparently made it all worth it.
Oh shit. So what? So I was reciting something from what second edition?
Yep.
Yeah.
What are we
Effectively,
playing?
we're
First.
first edition.
Okay.
Because
You're
second edition
effectively
sucks.
Yeah, you're in the.
Yeah.
you're in
300
further
years in the past.
We're not 300 years. We're only like 2 decades.
300 years.
So
Anyway.
we're in the past.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Man, so I'm gonna have to read up on like 1E then.
Don't worry. Like I said, we know who your god is. It's okay. You don't need to read up on anything. We know you worship the whore.
Let's go ahead and.
I mean, you
Well-
could at least worship a classy whore like Nocticula.
You and I, Belris, will go ahead and talk canon, current lore, and stuff like that later.
Okay.
Yeah, let's go. We follow them back to interrogate poor, innocent, naive Jess.
Mhm.
Which explains why her and Gochin are friends, because they're both naive.
Also explains why neither of them have done anything yet.
Typical anime protagonist.
Well, this is a
Oh, yeah.
typical Eroge protagonist, I guess.
So, you guys follow the guard escort and Jess down to the lower floor of Castle Everstand. And the only, I'm sorry, let's back this up a second. You guys get to the castle proper, and the guards kind of begin to stop your entry, but Calrian kind of steps forward and is like, they're free to pass. They were guests of the estate, and they have saved my life. I'll vouch for them. Anything that they do under the watch of Castle Everstand, I will take personal affiliation to.
And
Yeah,
Dolgus immediately kicks the guard in the nuts.
Except for that.
I'm just messing. That was a joke.
Charlotte, on the other hand, while sipping his coffee, will look at him and go, well, it looks like you get to keep your knees today.
Just wave the coffee in front of Syl's face and he just projectiles all over the cards.
Oops.
Sorry, he's sick. Can't blame a sick guy.
Even some of the guards here look like they've got a little waft of nausea to them, kind of thing.
Oh, well, that's even better. Why you under their noses?
Just create a Family Guy.
Oh no,
moment
he's
of
got a
just
cup of coffee that he's just walking around with. He isn't even drinking it right now. He's just walking with it.
But Calrian kind of waves you guys forward. Follow me.
Yeah.
And you guys are able to enter the castle, and as the guards are kind of walking Jess down the stairs to the lower, cellar and basement floors, Calrian kind of closes into the rest of your party. I don't understand the situation at full. what exactly is happening outside of the castle walls? We found the watch warden dead in her chambers, poisoned to death. And it seems that some form of malady has taken the whole of Everstand with some sort of nauseating, wave? I don't know how to explain it.
Try adding a dash of death, and everything will taste bitter.
Yeah. Do we have, is there any leftovers of the food that we can check?
We had a cleric do a preliminary look, and it does in fact detect us poison. It seems that whoever was within the kitchens last night had at some point taken leave to go grab a secondary ingredient from the cellar, and in the interim, the food was tampered with. The only eyewitness report we had was of a woman of fiery red hair. And, well, those aren't very common in these areas.
Who was the eyewitness?
One of the guards at post at the time, Jenkins.
Clearly they did it.
We had him, stay within the confines of the castle in order to
He's clearly
continue
the person
questioning.
involved.
What about the paladin girl?
This is her. Calrian's talking to you right now.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
sorry. I'm sorry.
Like she's catching you up to speed on like what the castle's figured out.
Yeah, I was trying to find her picture, but because I swore she had red hair too, but
No, she's like a dirty blonde.
okay.
Dirty blonde.
We've heard of a few other deaths that have come across from town. It seems that some had taken the malady a little harder than others, or at least it seems that it's a little different from here and there. What we could determine is that what killed the watch warden was in fact different from this nauseating malady across the whole of the fort, but we don't have a proficient enough master of poisons to really know the full extent of what has gone down. And sadly, before we had arrived here, it seems that the head priest had gone on pilgrimage, leaving only his acolytes here.
So the person should still be here. Does Athena, does that ring that lady gave you?
No.
Does that woman? Does that change your appearance, or does that just like clean you?
The simple gold band is engraved with a holy symbol of Iomedae. It functions as a ring of protection +1. In addition, the wearer can cast Blessed Weapon and War Train Mount each once per day. At will, the wearer can make himself presentable as if using prestidigitation to clean up his clothing, hair, skin, armor.
Oh, okay.
So no, not quite.
Do any of you have other questions for Calrian before continuing downstairs?
Never.
Nope.
I probably do, but I can't think of any. Well, any that are good.
Okay.
Can we check out the kitchen?
I think we could manage that, yeah. It would appear that your friend is going to be under questioning for at least a little while. I think whilst they're doing that, I can manage to give you guys reign over checking over the kitchens and the supplies of food that we hold.
Has anyone been in the kitchen since last night?
Only a couple of the servants, and we only discovered the watch warden this morning, so...
And they've been questioned and all that?
They're still here, yes.
Okay. Then yeah, I would like to check out the kitchen and investigate if we can find any type of clues on who could have done this. If that's okay with the group.
That's a good idea.
Yep.
For once.
All right. To the kitchens you go. You're taken back up to the second floor of the fortress, and as there's a specific kitchen for, serving the guests, there is a ladder that goes down from the second floor kitchen to the first floor kitchen, and one from that kitchen down to the storage cellar. But you head up to the second floor kitchen, and for the most part, this is a fully functioning preparatory space, filled with all sorts of dry goods that are easy to store, root vegetables, different grains, and easy to put together things. There are a couple platters with fresher goods like fruits and cheeses and the like, as those kind of things are a little harder to come by, but there are a few aged things here. It would appear that this floor does not currently does not host a stove oven, that kind of situation, and looks fairly well maintained. Things seem to have some variant of an order. There are a few herb racks where they have drying things, and a couple pantries and cupboards that one could look through. Currently, there is one kitchen staff who seems to be preparing a batch of potatoes for a possible morning meal. That kind of looks at you and nods but doesn't say anything. It's a gentleman, kind of more towards his middle ages, starting to gray kind of hair, with one of the more clean shaven but frame around the lips and chin, mustache goatee kind of setups. But he acknowledges your presence as Calrian kind of leads you into this kitchen. What all would you like to check into? You looking to sweep over the area, or are you looking to speak with the man here?
Both.
Which first?
I'll do a lay of the area, kind of check the trashes and seeing if there's any type of scraps that look out of place.
Ava would like to check to see if there's anything that looks like alchemical reagents or anything like leftovers or anything like that.
Anybody who would like may go ahead and give me a perception check to sweep over the kitchen.
I'm just there sipping my
Looks
coffee.
like cooking ingredients.
Oh man, good job, Dolgus.
So, Ava and Sylph kind of look over the area, move different pots and pans and cooking utensils, and look around for anything that seems relatively vial-shaped or, typical alchemy work, right? Things you might have seen in, Kogan's wagon. Gochin kind of looks around at all the different, bottles of oil and weird, containers, going, is this alchemical? Sniffs it, gives it a lick, nope. Is this alchemical? Sniffs it, gives it a lick, nope. And it continues to, single file do that. Edna, during the time spots what seems to be in like the lower compost bin in this room. I would say she would note that the compost bin seemed to have been pushed a little out of place, almost as if somebody had tried to intentionally hide something. And so, as she kind of needs to dig into it a little bit, she kind of pulls out a little bit of a frond. And then I would like for you to give me a reflex save. Good enough. You retrieve something that seemed intentionally hidden from deep in the compost bin that was kind of like poking out, that seemed a little odd, just from how the bin was kind of like pushed. And Dolgus, with your keen eyes and senses, your nose draws you to the mortar and pestle that is normally used to like grind up larger spices and stuff like that to make more of a powdered format. Something smells off about it, and as Ethna kind of like pulls whatever like little needle like herb, root out of the bin, like your nose kind of clicks it together. Somebody took the time to use the mortar and pestle to integrate something that seems rather potent or maybe even poisonous into the batch of food last night.
Which means that whatever it would have been would probably have had to be one of the cooks, right?
Possibly.
Well, Lovis will immediately point out, here, look. Yeah, smells awful. Must be it. And toss it to someone. Whoever catches it can take it from here.
Anyone who would
grabs
be
it from the air.
anyone who would be interested may go ahead and roll me a knowledge nature.
Ooh.
Oh, I don't think I have.
Do I have that?
I hope that gets it.
Have that one.
Let me go ahead and roll, since it seems like I need to save the day again as Dolgus.
Nope, I have no knowledge.
Man, Ava got
Wait, no,
29.
Dolgus doesn't have knowledge nature. I keep forgetting. He's not a smarty pants.
I think you mean Ava saved the day.
Yes, Ava saved the day.
Who found the mortar and
Ava
pestle? Oh,
is
right,
the
that was Dolgus.
Dolgus found the mortar and pestle. Ethna noticed the compost bin leavings. This seems to be a naturally occurring plant, but it is actually very rare of a find. Someone who is particularly well versed as Ava would be able to tell this as what is colloquially known as a starving nettle. This is a peculiar nettle plant that normally, when pricked by somebody, or when it pricks somebody, would invoke a unease within their stomachs and stuff. The odd thing here is that creatures normally would avoid this. Farmers tend to be vigilant of signs of this fast-growing and hardy plant, and usually it's pretty difficult and dangerous to remove. So culling it is usually done fairly early while it's still a relatively small plant. Creatures that are pricked by the nettle's thorns and affected by the poison are typically overcome with nausea at the mere idea of food, which means that most animals won't even, touch this in normal nature. This would normally be an injury-based poison, but it seems somebody had taken the time to harvest this and integrate it into an ingested poison instead. Now that you've kind of identified the plant, it starts to come to you what this actually does to a creature. This is a poison that can last anywhere up to 8 days. and each time that like its primary effect rolls around, it will continue to do damage to one's agility and fortitude over time. In addition, the creature is overwhelmed with nausea whenever there's food presented to it, and is unable to bring itself to eat no matter how hungry it becomes. And it's a fairly clingy poison once set its effects in. It would take, in meta terms, 2 consecutive saves to overcome the poison.
Evo will relay that information to the group. This is very unfortunate.
The fact that it's affecting more individuals throughout the entire fort means that somebody had a supply of this and decided to enact it on a larger scale.
Suspicion, and it rhymes with Chogan.
It wasn't me.
It wasn't me. Call me on the counter.
I think we need to have a talk with Kogan. There's only one person I can think of that would have an abundance of a rare material, and that person's traveling with us. And also someone sabotaged the caravan, so... There's that.
It wasn't me.
But it would appear that this this was a preparatory site for this poison. And from what the witness accounts said, the cooks of the evening had, to make their way back down to the cellar at a time, which did in fact leave this kitchen free for at least a small portion of time.
Sylth eyes just squint, and he goes into like stealth mode and just veers off into a shadow.
Here's the question: who called them away?
That's a good question.
That sounds like it was planned.
Sylth, you should inquire with the kitchen aides.
Ava, stop! I'm hiding.
Yeah, he's hiding from the potatoes that are actively being shaved as nausea is kind of taking over.
Everything is suspicious.
So wait, starving nettle doesn't kill, does it?
Not inherently, but the damage to one's constitution during that time could kill someone.
Okay, so it's not likely.
It is actually pretty likely for a
over time. It's
so dying.
So effectively, because you've already seen the die rolls, starving nettle will deal 1d3 dex and con damage daily for up to 8 days.
Oh, jeez.
But if they just got it last night, it's not likely they would be dead from it today.
Correct.
So
they'll be dead tomorrow.
The people that died most likely did not die from this.
Possibly.
I mean, didn't they say something?
Well,
the warden died from something else?
Or they have been fed their own private dose over the last week or two.
Yes, if the person is here still. Kogan's been with us, so if it's been over a week that they've been getting the dose, it wouldn't have been him giving it to them. So that wouldn't make sense.
Sylth just says Kogan again and just fades back into the shadows.
I think someone's jealous.
Calrian would counter your logic with, if that were the case, then would not we have seen more cases of this upon arriving?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
As the symptoms seem relatively obvious even to my untrained eye.
So it just reemerges from the shadows with his head down.
I think your theory that something else was what took out the Watch Warden might ring true. They do have her in the Fort Chapel, if we wanted to inquire about that.
I would like to do that.
wasting your time, child.
So, what's the next step? Ava has suggested to Sylph to speak with the kitchen aides. Evana wishes to inspect the body of the watch warden.
Oh, silly children.
Can we split up?
Eva will
We
go
certainly could.
with Ethel.
Douglas will be taking care of Chompy.
So
You do
we'll
that.
march up to the KitchenAid and ask him who relieved them that night.
Also, if the other group fails, Douglas will be planning on busting out Jess.
There we go.
Oh,
Hey,
I'm
she
so
helped.
down for busting out Jeff.
She helped him to deal with Chompy's not feeling well, at least somewhat. So he's gonna have bust her out at some point.
Yep. Anything to help Jess out, Sylph is down. Just say it.
Assuming Douglas is going to go get you for help. You're vomiting everywhere. What use are you?
So, Gochin and Darlin, where would you be going, or what would you like to be doing during this time?
I guess I'll go follow Athena.
Evana, all right. Darlin. It sounds like Dolgus is gonna go check on Chompy, and that will leave a nauseated Sylph on his own.
I thought he was going with Ava.
What? Douglas was saying something about busting Jess out. I'm going with Douglas.
Well, then you go have fun with that.
Douglas wasn't actually saying that. I was saying that Douglas was going to go look after Chompy, and if later tonight y'all haven't solved this issue, he's going to bust Jess out by himself.
No, well, I guess they need me then because I'm good at lying, so I'll go with Edna.
Well, are you going to talk to the KitchenAid, or are you just going to ignore that point?
Oh, I thought I was ignored when I said I was going to talk to the KitchenAid. But yes, I do want to talk to him first. I wanted to ask him who had commissioned them to be relieved to you said the dungeon?
They went to the cellar in order to go get some extra stuff for the foods.
Oh, okay.
So I guess, is the main party going to wait for Sylph to finish the inquiries with the KitchenAid first, and then everyone just moves as a team at that point? Minus Dolgus, of course.
Sure.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So Sylph, you walk up to this, KitchenAid who's peeling potatoes. Food makes you nauseated, of course. You can kind of hold it back as you've kind of vomited up much of what you could at this point. It's not just more that
heave.
Yeah, it's more just that rolling feeling of just your stomach is just in knots and just is repelling anything that you could think of as food right now.
So were you here in the kitchen last night?
I was went home last night and spoke with my wife, said we had a good time, came back to work first thing in the morning. What can I do for you, sir?
Is your wife hot?
You don't need to be asking such questions.
So when you were working in the kitchen last night, when you guys were called down to the cellar, you were called down, or you just made a unanimous decision that you were running low on supplies and you went to go get some?
I was informed by one of the guard staff that we were going to need to prepare another batch, as the dinosaur was quite ravenously eating through the meat products and such that we were putting out, between the whole hog, the chickens, the ducks, so on and so forth. We needed more supplies, so we went downstairs to pick out the list of the things that we needed to prepare for the next course and get things prepared. I needed an extra hand, so I brought down Celia, and she helped me out with getting much of the bulk that was needed. We had only gone maybe about a half hour in the interim of, everyone was feasting on the main course.
And there was no one upstairs as you were... Hang on, sorry. As you were up there, was there anyone else up there when you guys were down in the cellar?
No, it was just us two. Typically, we don't expect too many visitors during these times, so I regretfully say that it was a little more of activity than we were quite expecting.
And a guard told you to do this.
What guard told you?
guards are able to tell you to do stuff?
Hendricks. They typically come in when the watch warden sends orders or things of that nature. There are usually at least a number of them on site at any given point, and the watch warden will occasionally direct one or two in order to attend to messenger tasks or things of that nature. It's not too all uncommon here.
Interesting. Evana, do you have any more questions?
Nope. I know we have a couple guards we'll have to talk to.
You said Hendricks was one of the names?
Hendricks was the one that told them to go down there.
So
Jenkins is the one that saw a redhead.
Okay. So Hendricks is involved. We have to find Hendricks.
Hendricks, I know, lives just outside the walls. He normally comes into town for guard duty and takes home a fresh couple of loaves of bread on the way out.
So he's an outsider.
He's been with the fort for a while. There's many who live outside the walls. Not everyone's. Not everyone's necessarily, resident of inside the fort walls. There's just not enough space.
Okay, so they're within the hamlet.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, that's what I needed to know. You've been very resourceful.
He nods. Name's Wilfred, by the way.
Sylph. I hope to meet you and your wife one day in a better circumstance.
I hope we don't have to cross again.
Sylph does like the whole like finger gun thing at him, and, like smiles and like walks away.
Oh my god. I need to stop listening to that podcast around you. You are not Johnny.
Well, no, I just thought that was a fun little thing.
Oh.
So where to next, gang?
Off to the body.
Which one?
The warden. We will deal with the body back at camp later. Because that will have to be dealt with too.
Poor Tasha.
Gochin would prefer a warm one.
Wow.
Your warm one's down in a question cell right now.
Aw. I like how I find it funny how first it was Sylph's girl, but now y'all are putting it on Gochin.
Oh,
everyone thought it was. Everyone thought it was.
No, she's everyone's girl. She's everyone's girl because if everyone doesn't hold her hand, she's gonna get hurt.
Anything about Sylph having a girl, you're just a man whore.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
I haven't found the one yet.
Yeah, you're that guy that goes to like a Baskin Robbins and then gets that free sample spoon for literally every ice cream flavor there is, and then decides he wants to just have a cup of the first one he had.
Here's the thing, though, is like Edna said that to Calrian that those two are destined to marry at someday. That that one's his wife to be.
Who? What?
That's pretty true.
So who said that? What?
I said that.
Evana, said that to Calrian.
Yep.
When the introductions were happening last session.
Say, Gochin's the boy next door. This is the traveling bard.
Bad influence. Anyway.
So this is an NTR story. Okay, got it.
So you guys, Calrian will lead you outside of the castle proper and off to the small chapel not too far away. And inside, three acolytes kind of, are about praying. You can see that there are a number of people that have been brought in to small little blankets on the floor here. They're, all kind of complaining about, general nausea. The smell of mint leaves burning in the air is kind of thick as you enter the building. It's, not more than like a 20 by 25 sized building. all together. Seems like a single room kind of chapel setup with a altar to Iomade at the end dais. As you enter, one of the priestesses kind of walk up and it's like, hello, I apologize. Was there something that I could help you with? You're not here for the extreme nausea as well, are you?
Nope, I've expelled most of that throughout the morning.
Oh, I'm terribly sorry.
All
I
good.
sip my coffee finally. Oh, that's nice and cold, but still smelling very strongly.
Still just scared cat poses on the ground and just.
My God. We are here to see the warden's body.
I see. She kind of like looks over to Calrian, and Calrian kind of like nods. It's like, follow me then. She's downstairs. And to the back corner, behind one of the statues, seems to be a small flight of stairs that lead you deeper into what seems to be the startings of like an embalming room.
Oh, jeez.
And like maybe a catacombs kind of thing.
Welcome to the morgue.
Basically. We haven't done much with her body at the moment. She still even has her effects at this time. We were waiting for the watch captain's official stamp of approval to decide what was to be done with the watch warden. And as you guys kind of follow this priestess, you can see that at the end of this like 15-foot by 20 foot long chamber, that on a slab, like a stone granite slab, it seems that Augustine, the watch warden, has been laid to rest. She's right over here. And you guys are able to take note of her pallid form in the present state.
So they done any testing? Like, have they tried?
We know that she was poisoned, but we could not discern what exactly it was that took her life. It would appear that it does seem to be different than the patients upstairs. While there do seem to be traces of possible vomit, it does seem like something else a little more insidious is taking place. As they like kind of show you her wrists, it would appear that the veins are kind of darkened and blackened, much in the same way that your compatriot upstairs was.
So they had the same thing, whatever it is. More than likely.
It would appear so.
How did they test? Like, what did they use? Saliva, blood? How did they do the testing?
The clerics, would explain that they use the ability to detect poisons with any creature, a blessing of their of Iomade that they are given when requested. As the guards had come to them early in the morning before they had prepared their daily allotment of, divine magics that they are allowed each day. Outside of, trying to figure out what it is, they do much in the same way that Ava does in the, looking at the symptoms and trying to discern what the poison might have been based off of that.
Okay.
But it seems neither here was capable of figuring out what this poison actually is.
Whatever it was fast acting.
It must have been concentrated.
It does seem to be that way, yes.
Anything else with the rest of the group?
No. I'm not one for poisons.
Yeah, it's not really my forte.
Yeah, I don't know too much about poisons either.
Is there anything on her that might be out of place? Since she has her effects with her.
Go ahead and give me a perception check.
Man, you're on
Evana, as you look over your former watch warden, an officer of command, you can take note that her gear is still in pretty good condition. It's still in that battle-worn state that you've known even from all those years ago. But this is a woman of discipline who's taken care of it quite a bit. And just almost as if it was reflex for you, almost as if you've seen her habits so often, you ignore most of the normal pockets and just kind of start checking the inner lining of her armors, because you always remembered her stashing things in odd places, and so you find a small network of little pockets from inside the armor where most people wouldn't tend to check, almost as if it was slipped in between the actual padding of the armor and the behind fabric and materials. And you find a couple of notes and things of that nature. Just kind of hidden. One of which seems to be a reminder to send the scouts and double-check the borders of the rivers of the Kestrel for any infractions that might be revolving around derelicts from Freedom Town. It seems that there have been an increase of refugees, per se. Another, you find, notes your party, and specifically you. It would seem that a lost soul has returned to her post. But is she ready to take up the mantle? I don't think so. But I'm willing to be surprised. The next is a scouting report. Things have been quiet with the flood truce, but it seems that whispers of new unions are on the rise. A report will need to be sent to Vigil in the event that any of these rumors turn out to be true. The last one that you find kind of tucked away in the armor seems like it's not her handwriting. Ruin will befall your castle, and there is an offer for aid. Soon you'll be visited by travelers who bring with them a plague. If you wish to keep your precious castle, you need only ask, and we'll turn them away. Malira. It seems that this one was tucked away most particularly. But it does not seem like you and yours were turned away. And now some form of catastrophe has taken hold of the fort. Whether the Watch Warden had other implications, you're not 100% sure. Looking through the rest of her effects, it seems pretty standard fare for equipment befitting that of a Knight of Ozum. You can see that she has her longsword, there's the shield not too far away. They're not like on her person, but they are with her effects. She's wearing, the typical full plate emblazoned with the mark of Iomade. And it does seem like the armor has been put on in like post-mortem as kind of like a sign of respect. It seems like her more casual attire is still on from like when she might have been resting. Looking over with that perception check, you do, however, note that the sides of her mouth in particular seem like they had almost dried and decayed just ever so slightly, which might indicate something of this poison having eaten away from the inside, almost. Beyond that, there doesn't seem to be anything in particular missing, although you do remember that watch wardens typically keep a schedule of when their guards should be on patrol around the castle. It's the duty of every watch warden in order to keep the machine running effectively. Know who's in, know who's out. If anything's missing, it's that schedule.
So that might still be in her room or wherever her desk is.
Or someone took it.
Or someone took it, but the only way to know is to check the rest of her stuff.
Very true. Halloran would kind of look to you and it's like, anything you guys can make out of this?
Nope.
Other than somebody was there was a group coming in that could cause a plague, whether it be
Where's the
our
group?
group or it could be another group.
Or they're lying and they did a poison to make it look like they were telling the truth.
Or
Right.
that.
This is
Yeah,
not
they
a
made us the
plague.
patsy. Again.
This is a poison, so I'm inclined to believe that it's someone pulling strings.
That does seem to be very strange of occurrences. All this would go down the moment we all return.
Must be Roddy. He's up to his tricks again.
God damn it, Roddy.
Does she know who the person is that signed their name on the warning letter?
Miriam, whatever.
Miriam, whatever her name is.
I don't know the name Malira, no. I've never heard of it before.
So she's not even... Okay. There we go.
Anyone who'd like may go ahead and roll me an intelligence check.
Oh, intelligence, you said.
Mm-hmm.
That is not Ava, apparently. Jesus
Poor
Christ.
Ava.
Jesus Christ.
I've got a big brain. What's 19?
Ava's just...
Ava's
Disinterested.
really robot-like.
Yeah.
She's out of it today.
So, Darlin and Ethna. Darlin a little more so, and Ethna by like proxy of what you've been told of the group's exploits before. There was once a time when you guys were exploring the chambers of the Ramble House.
The Plague House?
No, the Ramble House, where you
Oh.
slept. And you had found a mysterious note before.
Yes. I remember this note. Don't remember if I kept it, though.
I don't know if you guys necessarily kept it. I know you submitted it to evidence in terms of proving that,
It was a murder and not suicide.
right.
Yeah.
The note to Muller.
Note from Muller, yeah. Mysterious letter, yes. That one.
Oh, wow, it's her again. Or him.
Well, at the time, you had believed this to be the conspirator that was planning the attack on Chernow. This was a letter to one Malira, who you now believe the author of this letter was Screed.
So we don't know who this person is, period, at this point.
You only have the name.
Yeah, we've had ties. And before you came along with the party, we've had ties.
You did also happen to find a locket with Screed upon his death, which had a lock of, like, brown hair.
Do we still have that brown hair?
Speaking of Roddy, we should check Jess to make sure she's not charmed.
I was going to say, she was acting really weird this morning.
Yeah,
saying she didn't know where she was at.
And if I know anything about charmed, she could be charmed.
Roll a D100, darling. I don't believe you would have kept it, but no, you did not keep it.
Damn it. I was going to say we could have used that to locate person.
Yeah, it seems that you had not kept that at the time.
But yeah, I think this is befalling the Charmings and fucking dissidents. I blame you as I walk past Sylth.
So what you're saying is it's Roddy's fault, and I follow behind you explaining my side of everything.
Nope, it's quite definitely you. You can't keep it in your pants and walk away.
They were old women! I was really helping them, I promise! That's why I'm so tired. I actually did the work.
Yeah. 3 old women wore you out, boy. So yeah, we want to go see about Jess.
Okay, so you guys are heading to the castle basement?
Yep.
Okie dokie. Following out of the basement level of the chapel and exiting the chapel to Iomade, you make your way back into the fortress proper and follow the path to the east of the building into the subfloors of this fortress. The first level seems to be mostly for storage and the like, and you find that there is a secondary staircase that leads you down to a second subfloor, which hosts not that many cells. There's only about 6 in total. And it's not a very large place either. It does not seem that this place necessarily tends to keep much in the ways of prisoners or the like. But sitting amidst this chamber seems to be 2 guards, each kind of, one posted towards the end of the long hall and one at the beginning where the stairs are. He kind of extends down his blade and it's like, "Name, purpose, have you seen the watch, Captain? Has he approved this?" Calrian's like, "I was under orders of the watch warden before she met her untimely demise. We're here to sort out the nature of her untimely death." the watch captain will understand. Move aside. Yes, Lieutenant. As he kind of sighs and like pulls his blade back, she would, nod to each of you, like, as you wish.
Yay, people.
In the second cell down from the left seems to be a rather frazzled Jess Meeson. She kind of looks around her cell, which is no more than like a 10 by 10 cube, and like looks to you guys. It's like, oh, hi, my friends. See, I told you they'd come see me. Friends, apparently we're doing some sort of act out in jail cells. I don't really know why, but isn't it exciting?
You're doing good, lad. He just like smiles and waves.
I look at her like,
Wait, who was just talking?
Jeff.
It's Jeff.
Who?
Jess.
It didn't sound like Jess. Oh well.
Sylph was speaking before after that, though.
Yeah, yep.
So, what exactly has happened? Are you guys, are we ready to leave? To places.
Oh, no.
No.
Nope,
You
you're staying
apparently
here right
killed a
now.
whole bunch of people. Well, you poisoned a whole bunch of people.
What?
Yep, you leaped out of the building and everything.
Sylph,
I don't think I could be even remotely capable of that. Kind of looks to the rest of you like, I thought this was, I thought we were having fun down here, and now I'm confused. What's going on?
Little fondness to be heard in a prison cell.
This isn't a visitation?
No. No. Nope.
No, they think you killed people.
What?
Yeah.
How? I've been at the caravan. Yeah, I've been at the caravan.
The
Where
whole
are
time?
Well, you and I did a lot of running around, yesterday? Yeah, yesterday. Old ladies and stuff. You were helping, chop wood and catch chickens, and, you were attempting to rearrange a lot of children's stories, and, after that, we,
Syl turns on and looks at the Darlin. See? I did help them.
Not with their money, I'm
what
sure.
was the last thing that you remember?
I woke up this morning and I started making. I woke up this morning and she seems to be having difficulties recalling.
Yep, she was charmed.
Yeah, she must have been charmed. Charmed or something.
Do you remember eating or drinking or talking to anyone before you went to bed?
We went to a fancy party last night in. She kind of looks around the cell. The castle.
Yep, we're in a castle.
Yep.
That's what this is.
And then we went back to the caravan. I don't remember. Why don't I remember? She kind of like starts like flipping through like little pieces of parchment that she's got tucked in like her dress and stuff like that, and like starts like trying to flip through different notes and stuff like that. And like some of them like fall out into the ground, and like a lot of them are like little mundane things like don't forget that you need to do morning inventory for the dry goods. The wagon needs X amount of oats and such for the horses. Even if they are magical horses, they still get food. Don't forget to make sure that like Roddy gets his meds, in the morning. Gochin likes, his stew with just a little bit of ice so it's not too hot. Little like notes and stuff for like people of the caravan in general.
Her not to forget pad.
Basically. And like she's like flipping through little things and like becoming more and more confused.
Anything of what you did there last night?
Were
If
you
it's gonna
drinking at
detect
all?
magic on her.
You cast Detect Magic, and it does not seem like Jess is under any influence of magic at this current point in time.
Perhaps alchemical in nature.
God, may we have entrance to the cell? We would like to check up on the captive for the moment. Kinda begrudgingly steps on up, pulls out a ring of keys, and kinda unlocks the cell door. You got 5 minutes. Takes a step back.
That's more time than I need.
I'm sure that's what they all say.
So, party, you've got 5 minutes. What are you doing?
So, do we need to strip search her, or...
I want to look her over.
I'll look at the young lady. Well, it's
Go let
probably
her
best
have
to,
her dignity.
Yeah, it's probably best that you strip down, boys, outside the cell. You especially, Syl. I will grab Syl by the scruff
Sylph
of
and
the neck and
Gochin.
haul him out.
Both of
Out
them
of
can go
character,
out.
we previously saw like the black veins and stuff on like their hands and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Ava's
Like
gonna
around
ask-
like the wrists mostly.
Yeah, Ava's gonna ask to see your hands.
She would kind of like extend them outward.
Take a look at her wrists, see if there's any evidence of poisoning.
It doesn't look like she has the same kind of blackened veins as Tasha or Augustine had.
You know that I don't drag out Olgus or anything. I only drag out.
Dolgus isn't there.
Dolgus is not there. He's
That's
taking care of Chompy.
Yep.
And regardless of what you all do, if she just isn't free of her cell by nightfall, he's going to attempt to rescue her on his own.
Edna, you found all those notes on the lady upstairs or on the other side. Can you check her clothes and see if you can see any type of residue? Because they literally took her away, so there's no time for her to like hide evidence, and she doesn't even remember what happened last night.
Do what? You mean just search her?
Yeah, like her
How about we
clothes.
start with a heal check from those that are looking Jess over?
Where the fuck is that? Where are you?
Where are you?
I'm trying to find it.
Where are you? And I'm so sorry.
Shut up. There it is.
Us tonight will be the night.
I will fall for you.
All right. Between Ava,
What song was that?
I don't know.
I think it's All American Rejects.
it sounds like it, yeah. Between Evana and Ava, the two of you kind of look Jess over, and while it doesn't seem like she has been afflicted with the same starving nettle or other unknown substance that has claimed the life of the other two, it does seem like there is a slight tinge of like bloodshotness towards her eyes, and like she seems... Where Jess is normally a very spunky and upbeat person, it seems that a lot of her senses are kind of dull or slower to react than you're normally used to.
I got it. I got it. Okay, guys. There's a ghost that's a vengeful ghost of some variety that's individually possessing these people, and it just drains away their vitality as it continues to try and poison someone to get back at someone for something. Maybe it used to own the castle. Who knows?
That's a really good theory. God damn.
That's interesting. That is certainly interesting.
Good.
But I will confirm with this heal check that it does seem like Jess has been poisoned. Just
Oh,
not-
come on.
Hey,
I
I said
would
the ghost
like-
was poisoning people.
I would like an alchemy check for those who have it.
I don't.
A little bit better.
A little
Not
bit
too
better.
much.
Darlin's idea would have been so much cooler.
That's Dolgus.
Dolgus.
Oh, Dolgus, sorry.
It would have been really fucking cool. It really would have. It's cool that like I wish I had thought of that, but
That's awesome.
I don't want to deal with ghosts right now.
That's the question.
Question.
It's with spirits now, right?
What?
No,
Question.
Darlin can.
what's up,
Question.
Andrew?
Is this whole castle thing something you made up or something that's in the AP?
This is something I made up.
Uh-huh.
I do have a framework for it, like that there are things that you can and cannot, there are things that you can find that are throughout and things you can entirely miss. So, and if, that there are things that you come up with that I didn't think of and, it suits the setup of this, investigation, they might apply quite well.
Yeah, because there was a bounty on the board for a spirit thing, and that would have made so much sense.
No. That there was a rumor that there are spirits in Red Lake Fort.
Right, okay, there it is. But there
The
was a bounty
bounty-
for a drake.
Yep, the river drakes. In any case, though, you would determine that this is a poison. Ava, with a 19 craft alchemy, would be able to tell that this is a substance known as Cetylish extract. It is something that seems to have taken poor Jess's mind of the last night. When they are afflicted with such a poison, the victim loses all memories of events that had taken place in the previous hour and cannot form new memories for the course of an additional 8 hours. And this is something that ticks for an extended period of time, and you need to save from it regularly, and it's not an easy save. These lost and prevented memories might return later in the form of dreams, but could be returned with a restoration or heal spell, neither of which you think you have on hand.
Wait, you said they can be restored?
They could be restored, but it's not
With what?
without powerful magics
With restoration.
or heal.
Hmm.
Don't I have a heal?
No, the spell
Heal.
heal. The
Heal
seventh
is
level
a
Spell
spell.
heal is a
Damn.
6th level spell, and the spell restoration is a 4th level spell normally.
Yep.
Bleh.
It's a common misconception.
Mm-hmm.
Ava will tell the group that, and it's unfortunate. She's been poisoned. Her memory has been altered with an alchemical substance.
You would also know that that's not a cheap, extract either. The thing normally runs on black markets for about 800 gold.
Whoever did this has deep pockets and very good alchemical knowledge.
I look at the guard and go, so you may want to go get your boss and tell him that you've taken one of our friends prisoners who's been used as a patsy.
Yep.
It would seem that we may want to speak with the watch captain ourselves.
What time of day is it now?
Suck.
It's probably no more than maybe 10 o'clock in the morning.
They're definitely
Oh,
up.
good. They still have time to fix this. I'm not joking, by the way. Louis World
Oh
is
no, I
very stupid and
1000% believe
suicidal.
you. I 1000% believe you.
Oh, I'm so ready for this.
So we're gonna go see the captain.
Am I gonna be all right? Do I get to go with them?
Don't make any sudden movements.
The guard, it's like, not until the watch captain says so. This place is on lockdown.
Sit there and count the cobble, and then count out all the different shapes that the cobbles are while we're gone.
And then tell me what kinds of different stone there are. I'll quiz you on it later.
Yeah. I guess she kind of starts looking at the different stones, and it's like,
I need to know if they're metabolic, sedimentary.
I didn't learn that in Chernell.
Jess, just sit here and relax, please. Try and take a nap. Ignore the boys and just take a nap. Take a nap, please. You need some rest.
Like a button.
She kind of nods a little bit and still has that wide-eyed after the realization of maybe how serious this is, but as you guys round the corner, you can kind of hear the little oh, who are you? I'm Jess.
Oh God.
Not again.
Who is she talking to?
It sounds like the guard.
Okay.
As the poison of which she is currently afflicted with makes it difficult for her to form memory.
Poor girl.
So she might not even remember this questioning or
Sure reminds me of that trashy Adam Sandler movie.
So wait, it's about 10 o'clock now.
Mm-hmm.
How long does it make it where she can't form new memories?
Hours.
Not a definite timeline.
Well, it ticks once every hour, and so that 8 hours of no new memories probably reset.
Is this the same thing Sylph has right now?
No.
He was born that way.
No, Sylph just doesn't remember any woman's name because he's a man whore.
Wow.
That may be true.
You're a disgrace. I would just like to go ahead and say you're a disgrace to man whores, because I had a man whore of a Magus once in one of CP's game, and he had some class. Get some class, man.
Wow. You
remember Vale, right?
We're not talking about Vale right now.
That is not a man whore, that is a man paramour. There's a difference.
Parent of
Were you in that game, Pierce? I can't remember.
Yes, he was. In any case. So you guys are heading where next? You have a couple of leads.
Gonna go talk to the boss man and get Jess out of this prison cell.
Yeah, where the fuck's Hendrix at?
Hendrix isn't the boss. The captain is the head.
No, I know that. I'm just asking, where's Hendrix at?
There's Hendrix and Jenkins we should both be talking to.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Please tell me they're together, so just make it easier on us.
Probably not.
Oh, you're funny.
Yeah, right.
So, you guys get pointed.
You ever played RPGs?
You guys get pointed to the Watch Warden's office, and that which is also on the second floor. So you return back to the second floor of the fort, and are welcomed to a
tune bowstring.
But no, you're never getting a tuned bowstring the more you ask for it. I will make sure it never shows up in loot, is never available